Alright, welcome back guys, Piggery Garage. So let's give you a little bit of an update on where we're at with the piggery. Motor has gone in. We didn't get all the footage the other day of it, just a bit of a rushing, a bit of dicking around getting it all in. So yeah, we'll get you a bit of a shot here. So let me move a bit of this shit. So yeah, there she is. All in, all buttoned up. Gearbox, starter in. Intercooler's on at the moment. The manifold's just been taken off. I just have to do a little bit more welding on it. Dump pipe's been made for it, so it's pretty much bolt back on. We've got an aircon bracket we've got to do too, and just finally finish and tidy that up. So yeah, she's pretty much right to go. We've got the battery box that's going to go over here. So once we get all that finished and fabbed up, I think I've got it floating around here somewhere. Oh yeah, there it is over there. So yeah, what we did do, I don't think I covered it too much in some of the wiring and bits and pieces, but what we've basically done is we've rewired the whole vehicle. The only wire that comes across the engine bay into the right hand side here is for this left hand side headlight. Basically all that wiring that used to go under this valance here, it all feeds back up through here in the convolute tubing. Then the actual tubing goes up through under the dash, back through onto the other side. And I'll bring you around, I'll give you a look on the other side where it comes out. So yeah, this is where it comes back out. Same again, we put a fitting in here, basically to only run this one wire through that'll actually feed the blinkers and the headlight and the loom, which I've got to finish off. I'm just waiting on the other part of the dodge plug. I didn't have that piece to finish it off, and you'll find that yeah, there's the rest of the wiring there for the actual harness. So yeah, she's all been put in convolute and tubing. Yeah, there's the extra wires for it, so I just need the plug that goes on the end of there, and she's been pretty much plug and play. One little problem, a little fuck up I do have with it is I've had to build a new mount here. Obviously the diesel fuel filter here, it actually goes around and it hangs off the firewall there, but because of where the intercooler is now, we've had to make this little mount up to kick it off to the left hand side here, and yeah, she'll all plug back up, but yeah, we will have to change a little bit, and yeah, roll from there. Interior wise, we haven't really touched on that too much. We've just put a little bit of it back together. The rear parcel here, what we're actually going to do is put the board in there. I have realised this morning that what we're doing here with the plugs, we're going to have to change them where they are, because they're sticking out too far on the back there, and they're fouling on that back wall, so I'll change that over a little bit. I'll take you into my office where we've got some of the spare parts sitting there. So yeah, dash is all done up, ready to roll. Everything's been repainted and re-dyed. So yeah, she should look pretty good. There's the guards over there sitting there, waiting to go back on. I did get some covers online. We'll go have a look at those. And wouldn't you know, I picked up the wrong fucking one. Hang on. Yeah, so this will be the covers, guys. It'll pop up over here. So obviously that'll look pretty good once it's all dark tinted windows, and yeah, we get those little covers on there. They're actually off a Corolla, believe it or not. A lot of this year model HI-Luxes and Corollas share a lot of parts, and a lot of people don't know that, but it's a good little thing to keep up your sleeve. What do we got going in the rear? Okay, so fuel tank's not going there. We are going to twin tank it. There's the OEM one. And what we're going to do, we're going to pop the second tank through there. We're going to have to cut this tank down a little bit, so we'll just run a line through here and probably take out, you know, a good probably 4 to 6 inches or so, because you've got your tail shaft, and also you've got your exhaust that needs to come through. If I haven't before, I'll mention it now. We are bagging the HI-Lux. So yeah, it's got 500 kilo load rated springs in it, but we are putting a bit of bag on it. And there's the transfer pump for the diesel. So basically what will happen is when we're driving along, I haven't worked it out yet, but somewhere in here I'll have a carling switch. So basically on those on that gauge in there, which I'll quickly just rip you back in, I'll explain it in front of the gauge. Yeah, so you should be able to see here. So you know, I can make this one my primary tank and my auxiliary, or whichever way I want to do it. Probably make this the primary, this the auxiliary. So yeah, once the primary gets to empty on the actual dash, and I may even put it just over here on this section here, I'll have a carling switch, which then will prime that that transfer pump, and once we're full in this one here, it'll transfer it over there. So it'll I think from memory, we're going to hold about 135 litres, which is pretty massive for a little 85 model HI-Lux. So we should get a few kilometres out of that. So yeah, back to it. So yeah, so that's where we're going to put the dual tank setup. I'm going to have to move this this shock mount. I'm going to put a extended hoop over here, and then actually put both the shocks into the middle there, so that will clear everything, and also it's got to be able to clear for the bags, the whole lot. And then in this section just here, we've got a water tank. I think that's floating around here somewhere. Yeah, it is actually. It's just behind some of the tools here for the boys. So yeah, I'll grab him out. Yeah, so that's the little tank there. She's a 55 or 60 litre, I think, from memory. Australian made, so she should go all right. So have a look on the other end. It doesn't say. But yeah, so that tank there is basically going to go where that fuel tank is at the moment. So yeah, so we'll have the water back here. We'll have the second fuel tank over here. And we'll have this place just here a little bit vacant. So obviously if I want to put something in there at a later date, or put another water fuel cell in there, or whatever I want to do, we should be right. Yeah, so that's pretty much the update at the moment, guys. Front grille's back on, lights are in, all looking pretty tidy.